This is a recovery of box turtle number 15. Hasn't been seen for 2 years. And identified this by washing the shell off to get the dirt and looking at the pattern. This was a little bit tough one to identify. And there are some notches here. They're still there from 2 years ago, but this is actually doubled in mass. Here's what the data looks like. Here it is, June 28th, 2018, 7:14 in the morning. And it was found by my mini split AC. Some of the discharge water I've got over here. The turtle was over here where some of the water drains off the porch. And so it was there for water. And it also pooped over here. I've kind of moved that away. But anyways, the dome height I measured today was 63. And that's one of the telltale things they use to try to identify what's what. And I went through the whole list of the 23 I have cataloged here. It ruled out a whole bunch of them. It could be number 12. That has a mark that's very distinctive that I put on there. It's still on there, so I ruled that one out. And I had number 15, which I didn't think it would be that at first, because it's been so long and it's a big change. And it could be number 19. So anyways, going through all the ones that I saw, I eliminated all but 15 and 19. Then I went and looked at the video I shot of this and identified this by the shell pattern. Okay, the other one that I had on the list, I call it the biter because it's always trying to bite at me. This doesn't have that disposition. And it was last November seen. It had a bunch of shell damage here, which that doesn't have, so rule that out. And then the length and width and dome are not going to change that much in just 6 months. So plus the shell pattern's different. So here I am back for 15, and this is actually doubled in mass. It was 200 grams 2 years ago. And here it is 430, and that's with the gram scale here. Length went from 108 to 133. Width from 84, 103, and that's with the caliper here. The dome, I measure the across here, the caliper. The width I measure across here. Length I measure across the shell. Length is a hokey measurement because it tends to get gnawed on. But after I cleaned it off, I can see evidence. These are probably the marks. And then, so I've got an ID by the 2 marks and the shell pattern. This has got a fairly bright pattern on it. And I'm going to go through and re-notch this just a little bit for good measure. Okay, I've kind of wiped some of the dirt off with, scrubbed it off. I'm trying to just look at the, if you want to guess the number of rings, which I think is about meaningless. But I'm going to do just a rotation here to, this has got a very, very saturated look. Those legs are starting to come out. Not going to be happy being flipped over. And I did just go through, put a little bit of notch on there, and They're really not technically at 3 and 3, but that's close enough. Again, I'd like to put an RFID on these things, or chip it. And that's number 15. And I did mark it over here. It'll come off fairly. It lasts a few months. And I wet this and scrub this down to kind of accentuate. So if you're actually going to try to count quote rings, what are you actually measuring? If you counted the ones here, then you get a different number than over here. And you got the ones over on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3. Here's what the bottom pattern looks like. So this guy's doubled in mass. This is the turtle I just recovered. Unknown, 430 mass, 63, 133, and 103. It turns out it's number 15.